Hey guys, as you can see, I'm driving. I'm going to work out, and I wanted to just come on real quick. I didn't get a chance to watch Married at First Sight again, but I've been trying to recall, the things I did want to talk about. I can't find my notes, as I mentioned in the last video, but it's all right. It's all right. So I wanted to talk about Brianna when she was talking to her mother. I'm thinking that was the last episode. Yeah. When she was talking to her mother, the one thing that, I feel is true for her is as far as her being assertive, she may not be able to change that, right? But if you're going to be dealing with your husband, there's just a certain way that you should not be treating your husband the way that you would treat employees or those you're working with in the workforce, right? So for her to say that, it's not something that she can change, yeah, maybe the bossiness or the way that you're being tactful with your communication, possibly you can improve, but I don't see a real problem with her honesty or her being straightforward and direct when she's communicating. Vinny is very sensitive, so I found it really strange that they paired him with someone that is so assertive. I find it really, really weird. Especially since he's saying, he said in that last show that, he asked for someone that wasn't assertive and direct. Like, who says that? Who even requests that? Like, you have to be really soft with nothing down there, to sit there and request a female, a wife, who is not direct. Like, what kind of wife do you want? Someone who's just going to worry about your feelings, constantly tiptoeing, walking on eggshells? Like, that's crazy. I've never heard of such a thing. I've never. Like, for him to even think to ask for that just further shows that he's not healed. It's very evident he's not healed from a lot of things in his life, but as far as his last relationship goes, as far as whatever relationship he's referring to where the person was assertive and direct, and that's not something that he says works well for him, like, I think that that's crazy. He's not healed from that at all. And to request that, I think is just insane. And if he really sat there and told them that, I'm wondering why he even made it on this show. Because that doesn't even seem like something anyone would ask for. I don't want someone who's direct. So what do you want? That doesn't make any sense, right? So back to Brianna and her mother. Her mother completely sided with her. You have to keep in mind that Brianna probably already prepped her mother. She probably already spoke to her mother. She knows a lot more than we know, right? It's because, they're on the show, but, they're still real life. You're still interacting with your loved ones while the cameras aren't there. So her mother possibly, and I'm pretty sure, knows more because, you have to remember Brianna said that, she goes to her mother for advice. So her mother was completely on her side because she knows that Brianna is not going to change. And if she is going to change, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to take some time. And it's not going to happen in 8 weeks. It's just not. There's a lot of things that are not going to happen in 8 weeks that people have to decide whether or not they're going to sit around to see if things will change. So her mother understands that and she gets that. But she also understands that this man is very sensitive. This man, is easily affected in every conversation, and she doesn't see it working, considering he said that he requested someone who wasn't bossy, who wasn't assertive, and who wasn't direct. And all those things are Brianna. Why does Married at First Sight do this? Why do they match people who are not matchable? They're constantly trying to push the envelope. They're constantly trying to pair opposites to see if it will work. And I feel like this is the experiment. Matching unmatchables, matching opposites, and trying to see if it does work. If people really need to be with their opposites, or, like trying to prove something, and it's not working. Obviously, you still only have 12 couples that are still married, and most of them are probably still together just because of the attention and, and the perks. So you really have to think about that. Like, why are they doing this? Why is this happening? If he specifically asked not to have that, why did they give him that? And it's like they don't think that people know what they want. Like, a lot of people do know what they want, and that's why most people haven't settled, and that's why most people are coming to these experts thinking that they're going to match them with their spouse, the person that they're supposed to be with, because they can't find that person. So that's why I'm just really confused as to why they would match them. So yes, Brianna's mother, she sided with Brianna, which is expected. That's what most mothers do. Some mothers, try to stay impartial and, give different viewpoints and stuff like that. But Brianna's mother doesn't seem like that type. She seems like, I'm rooting for my daughter, and I'm going to give her the best advice. And I think she did. Realistically, there's still so many people that are stuck in this fantasy of Brianna and Vinny being this amazing couple when they're not. They're really not. They're really not an amazing couple. Vinny has some issues. I'm not saying he's going to beat her or anything like that, but he has some issues. I don't know what he's capable of. We don't know him. He's still a stranger. It's only been 8 weeks. He could be capable of anything, So they shouldn't have matched him. And Brianna's mother's correct. Like, if that's a deal breaker for him, then she's like, that's it, cut it. And that's just the way it has to be, because like I said before, we're looking at these situations as couples, like you're just dating, not that you're married. You are married because you signed a document, but this experiment is based on you making a decision after 8 weeks. So you still have to decide. That's the thing. You still have to decide. So you deciding is basically equivalent to you just dating them and making a decision. Now, if you were coming on this show and you were deciding just to just stay with them because you're married, there would be no point of this show. So they just have to keep that in mind. I know that they're going to, spoiler, that they're going to stay together. But in the long run, I don't see it working. Bree's reasons for staying with him, maybe thinking that, no one else is going to put up with her bossiness and such. And if he says yes, then she says yes. Or, just being difficult and hard out there to find someone to date or a spouse. His reasoning, she got money. He's struggling with the business and he needs support. He needs help. That's what I see. It may not be just something on the surface, but subconsciously, I feel that is what is happening. He's too sensitive, too sensitive. I don't know how this matchup happened, but yeah, that conversation with her mother was the truth. A lot of people feel like she was out of line. She should have gave better advice, but at the end of the day, I would have gave the same advice, especially if my daughter comes to me for honesty, right? Not sugarcoating anything, just honesty. Knowing my daughter and knowing that what she's telling me is true about this man, honesty. All right, guys. That's all I got for that one. I have to continue to think and look and see what else I wanted to talk about. But yeah, this is Rachel's Truth. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Leave a comment, like the video, share the video on your social media. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. I know tonight is the finale. I wanted to get a couple videos out before the finale, so hopefully I can do that. I didn't get a chance to do any last night, but I'm trying. I'm gonna do probably another one now, and then some later. All right, guys, talk to you soon.